Welcome back to the Joust About Careers podcast, where you can learn about careers from the people who are actually in the trenches every day. I'm your host, Brian Brott, and this week's highlights feature Ryan Fennell, a 2001 Van Buren graduate who's a home inspector and owns his own business, Acuity Inspections. The highlights focus on what Ryan does as a home inspector, the path he took to this career, and how others can become certified, the characteristics of successful home inspectors, and much more. If you want to learn more about Ryan's career journey, you can always watch or listen to his full interview. And if you find this podcast useful, please share it with someone else who could benefit from it. Enjoy the highlights, and I'll see you back here next week for a brand new episode.
Typical day, I usually start 8, 9 a.m. Our schedule usually revolves around clients' times and, what works for them. The current homeowners, when we can get in and out of the house, and of course, realtors' schedules. So typical day, like I said, we usually start 8, 9, go through the home inspection. We cover all major systems, plumbing, electrical, structure, check all windows, the roof, get in the attics, check attics out, crawl spaces, and just a real thorough inspection, see what's going on inside the house, any issues that we may find. And after that, we generate a report that the realtor and the client gets that just lists all the findings and deficiencies, everything that we found. In Ohio, and it's more for ethics, there's a 12-month window of, if I was to come in and do the inspection, I got to wait at least 12 months before I'd be allowed to do any repairs.
Okay.
But yeah, it's finding what's wrong with it and pointing the clients in the right direction of who to contact to get the issues resolved. So growing up, we did a lot of construction stuff at home, a lot of remodeling and all that. Then when I left Duke's, I started working with a guy that went to our church. He had a construction company, started working with him, expanded my knowledge even more. And I was with him for probably, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years. Did a lot of the residential remodeling, kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels, siding, windows, roofs. I mean, we touched on about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I left him, I went to work with Goshi Putnam Masonry, which Chris Goshi, he went to Van Buren.
Yep.
So started working with them and worked there for about 7 years. Really learned some ins and outs of the commercial side of the construction process. A lot of the masonry work, developed a lot of skills there. Started my studying through InterNACHI, did a lot of classes through there, got certified through there, and then did a couple other study courses and stuff to get ready for the National Home Inspectors exam, and took that in 2021 and passed the national exam and got licensed in Ohio. The most difficult part was just making the choice to do it. I said railroad paid very, very well, and to give up a good chunk of guaranteed money to take a chance,
Right,
was it was a tough decision. But yeah, it's all worked out very well. The other hardest part is just getting your name out there, getting recognized, getting people to know who you are, getting out there, meeting realtors. They're the main referral source for me. So just getting in front of a bunch of different realtors, office presentations, and then, trying to show them what sets you apart from all the other inspectors in the area. So I have a pretty big radius. I'm up in Toledo quite a bit. I live in Tiffin, or in Sycamore, which is just south of Tiffin. So I'm up in Toledo quite a bit, Fort Clinton, Marblehead area, up there quite a bit, and then down towards Columbus. Been in Delaware, Marion, down to Delaware, Marysville, Marengo, then out east over towards Norwalk. So it's a bit of a range. First thing is just being able to find the defects of the house, knowing what to look for, knowing everything to check, who to recommend. But another key is how you communicate with the clients, because you want to bring everything aware, bring all the attention they need to the areas that need help, need fixed, make them aware of everything. But you also don't want to scare them away.
Right.
You want to make them, like I said, make them aware of everything that the house needs. And then kind of, I don't know, just kind of ease them along the way and tell them the best course of action to take. And, they can make the best decision for their family then at that point on what to do. There's a lot of great courses out there if you don't have the construction background, to gain that knowledge. Personally, for me, having the construction background definitely helped out a lot. You get a lot more in-depth knowledge of doing it hands-on than what you can, reading a book or sitting in a class.
Right.
So I'd say it just depends on the type of person and how they learn best. There's a lot of very good inspectors that I've talked to that don't have any construction background, but they took the time, studied, did a lot of shadowing, I guess, or parallel inspections with seasoned inspectors, and gained a lot of knowledge that way. Thoroughly evaluate everything, what you enjoy doing. Don't make any rash decisions jumping into anything. But just taking the time to sit down and think about what you enjoy, what makes you happy, and kind of go from there.
Thank you for making the Joust About Careers podcast part of your day. I hope you learned valuable information from this career story, and to be sure you don't miss upcoming episodes, please click subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform so you'll know when the next episode is released. Thank you for spending a portion of your day with me, and as always, come back next week to learn even more just about careers.